Hey guys, GameBar06 here, bringing back with another video. As you can see, this time I'm doing Ochaco Uraraka, or Uravity, that is her hero name from My Hero Academia. So, I mean, all I can say is I was inspired to do this after doing the fusion drawing. I just wanted to draw more characters overall, and Uraraka was the first one that came to mind. That's also part of the reason why I did the Edward Elric drawing, because I was thinking I wanted to draw more of my favorite characters. If you guys don't know, my absolute favorite character is Monkey D. Luffy, aka Straw Hat Luffy, aka the Fifth Emperor, aka Next King of the Pirates, the greatest and most badass fictional concept to ever become a conceivable human thought. And then in second would be, tied for second place would be Asta and Naruto Uzumaki. Third place would be that's a good one. I'd either put Edward Elric, Natsu Dragneel, Porcus the Ace, or Sabo. Yeah, honestly, it's a toss-up for me for basically top 10. But yeah, Season 5, at least the English dub of Season 5, ended about a couple of weeks ago. I am a dub viewer, therefore I did not watch a single sub episode. I checked out some parts of the sub in order to get, like, the correct spelling for some of the, basically Class 1B and some of the newer characters. Dharma Ujiko, who's like all-for-one scientist dude. He's been experimenting with Shigaraki and giving him more power for the upcoming war. Every single person in Class 1B, their hero names, the names of their quirks, things like that. As I told you guys before, I've taken notes of My Hero Academia, or maybe I didn't tell you guys, but I know I told some people on Discord. I've taken, for Season 5 of My Hero Academia, I took notes of every single episode, episode 4 and beyond. So the first 3 episodes I didn't take extensive notes on, but I did take notes on every single episode past 3. I believe episode 3 is when the idea of the Class 1A versus Class 1B battle actually first starts. Oh yeah, it's like the first match. The first match is for Class 1A. It's Asui, Kirishima, Kaminari, and Kora. And then Shinso's on their team because since Shinso is coming in and he's being tested whether he's worthy of being in the hero course. So he joined one of the Class 1A teams. He joined for the first battle for Class 1A. Yeah, he joined Asui's team, and then for 1B he joined Monoma's team, which happens to be the team that's going up against Midoriya. I think now that I think about it, I think writing-wise they intentionally made it that way, so that Midoriya would be going up against Shinso again, because if you guys remember from Season 2 during the tournament, the last part of the sports festival, Midoriya and Shinso went up against each other. Midoriya won, and that's because he was able to use All For One to break Shinso's mind control. And from there, it was just a quirkless battle, because outside of the brainwash, Shinso's quirk doesn't do anything else. And also, Midoriya knew that as long as he doesn't respond to him, he's fine. The way it's described, it's like they say that he has to ask a question, but that's not necessarily true, because he didn't ask Midoriya a question in order to use brainwash on him. He just said something to him, got Midoriya to respond, and then boom. So when it comes to that, I would say the way it's described, at least the first time, doesn't make sense necessarily, because he didn't ask a question. All he has to do is get someone to respond to something he says. That's all he has to do. Once that happens, then he can take that control. And in Season 5, they describe more in depth what he can do once someone's under brainwash. He can get them to do simple commands. However, he cannot get the target to do anything that requires them to think. For example, in the visual example that they use in the show, they had Midoriya as like the mind control, and Shinso's holding up a board that said Tsuyu Asui. And he was like, he can tell Midoriya to copy that because he can see it. It doesn't require him to think about it. But he couldn't tell him to write down the name of the person who has the quirk frog, because that would require him to think about who that applies to and then write it down. I'm not really talking much about Uraraka. She, after the exercise, she did get a new gadget, and her suit changed slightly. And now she has hooks, kind of like a cable. It's not like Blackwick, obviously, but she has cable that she can use to wrap onto things and tie them up. She actually uses them to get on the plane, take out the criminals on said plane, including the pilot. I don't know why she thought that it was a good idea to take out the pilot of the plane when she herself can't fly. Don't, like, cool moves. It was bad. It was just terrible. She should have used force to make the person land or something, and not almost crash all the chemicals into the water and therefore spreading it around the ecosystem. I mean, they didn't, but they were close. Or maybe what they should have done, they should have actually gotten someone who can fly. I don't know, get Ryukyu to do that, because at least she can go into her dragon form. She can use her dragon form to potentially lift the plane. Don't know if it would be too heavy for her, but she can use it to lift the plane and then land it, because she herself can fly. So hopefully she can carry something as heavy as a plane. I think she was occupied, to be fair. So I don't know what options they would have had. Like I said, Uraraka could just force the criminal to land the plane. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, okay, if you guys remember Asui's internship, she interned for the seal guy. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he has seal-like powers. He can make a certain sound with his mouth and detect things and use that sound like a radar. And he can also hear high frequencies, which the person who works for him, the girl with the fish ears, she can emit sound with high frequency, so they work well together. And they specialize in sea rescue. Hence why also we interned for them, because of her quirk, she specializes in water. That's why during the attack on the USJ, which stands for Ultimate Simulation Joint, I know this because I rewatched the series and I wrote down certain things. I did not take extensive notes like I did for Hunter x Hunter, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Prison School, and now Naruto. Speaking of, as I'm recording this, I have watched another episode. I have completed 994 episodes of Naruto. There are 220 episodes, and then there's the 500 Shippuden. I'm not going to rewatch Boruto because I'm going to wait for the Boruto itself to finish, and I'm going to wait for the dub specifically to finish, because as you guys know, right now, I prefer dub. So, yeah. I'm not really sure what to say about Uraraka's character. Some might think that her strive to be a hero for money is selfish. However, that's because they don't understand that the money itself is supposed to be used to help her parents, because they've done so much for her, so she wants to repay them. And what's nobler than just helping out those who have helped you and trying to repay the favor and make things even. So, yeah, and I believe, if I'm correct, at some point in the series, she said she wanted to specialize in rescue missions. However, she has trained in combat, and for rescue, you kind of need combat anyway. That's why she has the gun-hand martial arts, which she uses a lot. In fact, after she learns it, it's one of her specialties when you really think about it. So, with that in mind, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will see you guys in the next video.